Well, now our big focus, stunning allegations by the retired top cop YP Singh on the role of the Pawars in clearing the controversial Lavasa Valley housing project in Maharashtra and how they stood to make windfall gains. Well, these revelations were brought out yesterday. This evening we ask, should the allegations against Sharad Pawar now be probed? Joining us, a very special guest. This is why we are discussing this today. Ramesh Kumar, the former IAS officer who retired as the principal secretary to the Maharashtra Revenue Department. Remember, he was the whistleblower in the Lavasa case. With him also joining us, YP Singh, former senior IPS officer, lawyer and activist. He brought out the details of the alleged involvement of the Pawars in this. Majid Memon, National Secretary of the NCP, is with us. PC Chako, Senior Leader of the Congress Party and spokesperson of the party, with us as well. And with me in the studio, Professor Anand Kumar of India Against Corruption. Mr. Kumar, let me come to you first. How was a report which you did in 2010 on illegalities committed in Lavasa systematically suppressed by the government, specifically the Minister Narayan Rane?
It may not be correct to say that it was systematically suppressed. I had submitted a report sometime in the month of June 2010, having inquired into a number of complaints which we had received regarding land transactions in Lavasa. I retired, I superannuated in the month of September. Till at that time, I was not aware of any action being taken on the recommendations which I had given to the government for suitable action with respect to certain irregularities and illegalities which I had noticed.
Mr. Majid Memon, one of the central allegations is that 348 acres of land was given to the Lake City Corporation on a 30-year lease for 23,000 rupees a month. Now, 23,000 rupees a month doesn't get you a half-decent apartment in Mumbai. Mr. Memon, by any standard, isn't this a gross devaluing of this land in question?
Now, Vishnu, since yesterday we are debating and going on discussing the same thing, but I would just go one step further. Mr. YP Singh, I believe, is there with us to join.
Yes.
You see, this irregularity, you may call them, impropriety, you may call them, abuse of power, you may call them, or illegality, you may call them. These are all factual aspect of the matter, which in fact in Medha Patkar has filed a petition in the court, of which ironically our same Mr. YP Singh happens to be the counsel. Now, if the matter is under consideration by judicial process, does it befit the learned lawyer that he should now come on the street and start debating the whole thing here?
That's a valid point. And let me just ask him this.
He will have to reconsider whether this is bordering on contempt of court.
Let YP Singh answer that question. He's with us. So why are you doing this? It's in court. It's probably sub judice as well. Have you come out with these revelations, a lot of which has already been known, because you have an internal dispute with India Against Corruption? Because why are you doing this now, Mr. YP Singh?
I would like to counter my brother, Mr. Menon. It's that the allegation which is pending in the court at the moment is pertaining to environmental violations. With reference to a company, there are always several litigations, say Reliance, Tata, Birlas. There are so many litigations going on, but specifically the issue at stake, whether that is being litigated or not. India Against Corruption, again, I have been working for them. There is no grudge against them. It is something which did not bring in before the public. I have brought it, and it has been so specific, as you clearly said, that for 348 acres of land, 23,000 rupees a month, Minister for Irrigation Ajit Pawar gives it to his cousin sister's company, where she had 21% stake. Now, this is such a specific and pointed allegation, and Mr. Menon, being a lawyer, in the realm of law, it is very clear, denial has to be specific, it cannot be general. This particular matter of quid pro quo is not pending in the court. What is pending is an environmental issue totally separate. So I think Mr. Menon has to be more specific.
Mr. Memon, Mr. Memon, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll reply to it. Now see, Mr. Singh, I have highest respect for you and of course the efforts, the pains that you are taking. You are also joining the bandwagon of the those who are fighting corruption. My best wishes are with you. I am also seriously concerned with regard to eradication of corruption. But let us do it in a disciplined way. Let us do it according to rule of law. Let us, as lawyers particularly, we have greater responsibilities on our shoulder to lead the society rather than to mislead the society. Now, my humble request to you is that, all right, you have been shouting at the top of your voice. You said just now, about 2 minutes before I heard you saying this, that what business the irrigation minister has to be there in the meeting, etc. No, these are all comments, which are simply showing that you are bearing. 1 minute. Please let me complete. You are bearing grudge against Mr. Sharad Pawar. Let that not be, taken as a perception of everybody. You be fair. Now you are saying, Sharad Pawar has been the Chief Minister of State of Maharashtra on 3 occasions. Sharad Pawar is the maker of Maharashtra to a great extent. Nobody will deny this. And if the Chief Minister wants Sharad Pawar to come forward for development of a hill station in Maharashtra, what's wrong in that?
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.